Hello and welcome back. In this lesson, we will be covering wireframing and layout planning. You will learn the basics of wireframing, how to create low-fidelity wireframes in Figma, and how to structure web and mobile interfaces effectively. By the end of this session, you will understand how to plan and organize interface layout before moving to high-fidelity design. Let's get started. All right, you are welcome. So this topic is going to be a very serious one and a very long one. Let me see. Because this is a very important process in UI UX design. Before you even carry out a design, you have to first figure this out. So here we are. We are in section 6, wireframing and layout planning. So we'll be looking at introduction to wireframing, importance of sketching in UI UX design, basic interface sketching techniques, creating paper sketching before digital design, creating low fidelity wireframes in Figma, structuring web and mobile interfaces. So expect a long one. Wireframing and layout planning. What is wireframing? A wireframe is a simple visual structure or blueprint of a user interface. It shows layout structure, placement of elements, navigation, flow, content arrangement. Wireframes focus on structure rather than colors or final styling. So when we are talking of wireframe is just like a blueprint, just like you say in a drawing. Right now, if you are an architect, they don't just draw. Most of them take it to AutoCAD to do a kind of a 3D design of how the building is going to be. But the first step is always that drawing, a well detailed drawing. As if I'm right, at least I see no architects, they do that. So if I'm to show the picture of what I'm trying to say, for example, I have something like this. I want to create a welcome screen. So this is the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to do a wireframe. By this time, I don't care about colors. I don't care about style. Just, should I say, kind of like, just like a skeleton of that design. So that's what wireframe is all about. Purpose of wireframing. Wireframing helps designers plan layouts, organize content, test ideas quickly, improve user experience, reduce design mistakes. Very, very important. Characteristics of a wireframe. Wireframes are usually simple, black and white or gray. So at this point, colors is not necessary, black and white or gray. Focus on layout, low detail, easy to edit. Types of wireframe. We have type description. We have low fidelity wireframe, simple structure with minimal details. High fidelity wireframe, detailed structure close to final design. I think I have something like this. So let's look at this picture. This is a high fidelity wireframe. It's just close to the normal design. You can see how well detailed it is. Unlike the previous one, unlike this one, you can see that this one is very well detailed. What is layout planning? Layout planning is a process of arranging UI elements properly within a screen. Examples of layout elements: we have headers, navigation bars, buttons, images, cards, footers. Good layout planning improves usability and visual balance. Then we come to creating low fidelity wireframes in Figma. What is a low fidelity wireframe? A low fidelity wireframe is a simple digital version of a sketch. It focuses on layout, structure, user flow without detailed colors or graphics, just like what I showed you earlier, something like this. This is a low fidelity wireframe. Why low fidelity wireframes are important? They help test layouts quickly, improve structure, gather feedback early, save design time. Creating a low fidelity wireframe in Figma. Step 1, create a frame. You can use your F, shortcut F, so create a frame. Step 2, use simple shapes such as rectangles, lines, circles to represent interface elements. Step 3, add placeholder text. Step 4, arrange elements properly using spacing and alignment. Low fidelity wireframe design tips. Use gray colors. Avoid detailed colors. So the tips here: use gray colors, avoid detailed colors, focus on structure, do not focus on decoration. Maintain proper spacing, keep layouts clean and organized. Keep components simple, use basic shapes only. Structuring web interfaces. A website layout commonly contains section and the purpose, header, navigation and branding, hero section, main introduction, content section, main information, sidebar, additional options, footer, extra links and details. Structuring mobile interfaces. Mobile layouts commonly include top navigation, search area, scrollable content, bottom navigation. Responsive layout planning. Responsive design means design should adapt properly to phones, tablets, desktop screens. Good structure improves responsiveness. UI layout best practices. Keep layout simple. Avoid clutter screens. Maintain visual hierarchy. Important content should stand out. Use consistent spacing. Maintain equal margins and padding. Focus on user experience. Layout should be easy to navigate. Activities 2. Students should create the same sketch digitally in Figma. So the same thing you sketch, you take it to Figma and create the same sketch digitally in Figma. Activity 3. Students should design a low fidelity landing page wireframe. So that is you have to challenge yourself. Do that. Common beginners mistake solution: adding too much details early. Focus on layout first. So you don't that first stage, it's not about details. Just focus on the layout. Poor spacing, maintain consistency. Clutter wireframes, keep layouts simple. So that is the solution. Ignoring user flow, plan navigation carefully. The solution: jumping directly to colors. Solution: start with grayscale. Beginner's tip: start with paper sketches. Keep wireframes simple. Focus on structure first. Practice layout planning regularly. Think from the user's perspective. Real life UI UX workflow. A typical workflow: idea generation, paper sketching, low fidelity wireframe, high fidelity design, prototype testing. So this is a real world UI UX workflow. A typical workflow: the first thing is the idea generation, paper sketching, low fidelity wireframe, move to high fidelity wireframe, move to prototype, then testing. So this is the explanation. This is a clean low fidelity welcome screen wireframe for a mobile app. Breakdown of the screen. First, we have the phone screen. The outer rounded rectangle represents the mobile device screen, the working area inside Figma. So which is the frame. By now you should know what frame is. So we now have the top area. Status bar contains time, signal, Wi-Fi, battery. You see, when I was doing sketching, I didn't care about this ones first, because first I look at the layouts, not even this. These are standard mobile UI elements. So main visual area, the large circle with X, this is an image placeholder, illustration placeholder. In the final UI design, this can contain app illustration, welcome graphic, product image, brand mascot. So the X simply means an image will be added here later, which is this. An image will be added here. So that's what it means. Text section. Dark rectangle represents the main heading text / title. Example, welcome to Foodie app. Horizontal lines. These are placeholder lines for text description, supporting information. So this text is going to be here. All these lines for some supporting information. Example, order meals quickly and easily from anywhere. Wireframes use lines instead of real text to focus on layout structure. Action buttons, get started button. This is the primary button. Main call to action. Purpose, begin onboarding, continue to app. So create account. Primary buttons usually more emphasized. Primary buttons are usually more emphasized. So emphasis on primary buttons. So login button. This is the secondary button. Purpose, existing users can sign in. It is less visually dominant than the main CTA. That is call to action. For example, you can see this get started. How is being is more, it will attract someone faster than this. So this is a primary button and this is a secondary button. So this one is just less detailed. Bottom navigation indicator, the three dots. This represent onboarding slides / pages. The dark dots mean current active page. So this is a current active page. So you can slide to this one. So you just that is just a well detailed explanation of this wireframe that we have here. Okay, can we do something with Figma? So let me, even something like this, can check this out. This is just like, this is a wireframe. This is a wireframe, and this happens to be the final design. But this is just a wireframe. By this time, we are just focusing on the layouts. You can see. And now this is like here. So this is a final design. Not like the final design per se, but a kind of a high fidelity wireframe, and how a final design will just come out. Probably depending on, this can even be a final design depending on, if we are not less focused on, if we are not really focused on details. But this is more of a high fidelity wireframe. It's just like low fidelity wireframe. believe you can I believe you can do that. All right. So I would just love us to um, just love us to try something like this out. So just pick your rectangle. This is a cat. Just draw your rectangle and make it white. Might not be that white. Just make it white. So just add. Let me add stroke instead of just add stroke for it. Reduce the opacity a bit. So it's okay. Then bring your rectangle again. The image placeholder. So that's something like this. So you have something like this. So let me leave it at 50. The first one. Leave it at 50. Okay. So what again? You pick your rectangle. You pick your rectangle. You have something like this. Now radius of like 50. Let's say 5. Right. Another thing, you pick something like this. Can make it a bit detailed. So you pick this. I can even duplicate this. Just try to still align it very well. Work with your alignment very well. So okay, you have something like this. Alright. So you now have your ellipse. So now this one now has a corner radius to be like 15. The stroke should be like 2. Alright. So you have this. This is just a low fidelity design and wireframe. This cat. So I think have the explanation of this. This is a low fidelity wireframe card used in UI UX design. A low fidelity wireframe is a simple sketch slash layout that focuses on structure and arrangement, not colors or detailed visuals. Breakdown of the card. The outer container, the large rounded rectangle, is the card container. It holds all the contents together. Image placeholder. The big rectangle with an X represents an image area. Designers use this to show where an image will go later. So what we have here, what we've done here. So the small rectangle below image, this usually represents a category tag, subtitle, price, or small label. The long horizontal lines, these are text placeholders. First line title, other lines description slash. Use lines to show text placement. The bottom left rectangle represents a button. Example, buy now, read more, add to cart. So the image placeholder. So we use this to represent text. So this one now is now the button, whether buy more, read now, and so on. So the bottom right circle represent an icon button or action button. Example, add favorite, share icon. While low fidelity wireframes are important, they help designers plan layout quickly, focus on structure first, save time before adding colors slash images, test user flow early. In Figma, you can create this using rectangle tool, line tool, ellipse, up to layout. This is optional. This is usually one of the first steps before creating a high fidelity UI design. So wireframes, low fidelity wireframe, just using of rectangle tools, line, ellipse, just to create it. As simple as this. Alright, we've said a lot. I've taken my time to explain this topic better. Wireframe, sketching, layout planning. So this is very, very important stage in your design journey. In UI UX design, this is a very, very important stage. The stage of sketching, wireframing, that has to do with brainstorming, getting your ideas together, is a very, very important stage that you should really treat as such. Alright, so that is it for this topic. That is it for this topic. I believe it has been a well detailed one.